Hello friends, in the last video we saw what was Cucumber and how to do testing using Cucumber in Java. And a small correction, in the last video I by mistake said BTD as business driven development. That was my bad. It was supposed to be behavior driven development. I just wanted to correct myself in this video. And like I said in last video, in this video we are going to see how we can pass multiple input data for a scenario, and also we will see how to generate the report using Cucumber. And that said, let's directly get to our calculator feature. And this is what we tested in last example. We basically passed two values to our add functionality, and then whatever was returned by the add functionality, we compared it with our expected result, and then when they matched, it was passed. When they did not match, basically the test was failed. And in this video, what we are going to do is, instead of we passing these values, we are planning to make it as a dynamic value, and also we are going to test with multiple value set. And that said, when you want to pass multiple values, we have to use scenario outline. So in the last example, we had it as a scenario, but when you want to pass multiple values, then you would have to mention it as a scenario outline. And also we can replace these hard-coded values as a parameter. So I'm going to make this as this value 1, value 2, and then I'm going to call this as output. So now I have replaced all the hard-coded value with the parameters, and I have also modified scenario to scenario outline. So now I have to pass the sample data, and also I have to mention what is the expected out for each set of the sample data. So that said, in Gherkin's language, I mean in Cucumber, we have a keyword called examples. Using this keyword, we can pass multiple set of input data, and also we can expect the corresponding output for each data set. So here in this example, we are passing two input values, and we are expecting an output value. So basically, as test data would be like three values, two input values and then one output. So that said, let me go ahead and give the definition: value 1, value 2, output. So I have defined my parameter names, and here I am going to mention what is the value for each set. So basically I want to run this with three different values set, and the first set would be like 10 and 20. When I pass 10 and 20 to this scenario, my expected output should be 30. And when I pass 15, let's say 5, my expected output should be 20. And let's say when I pass 20, and then when I pass 30 here, my expected output should be 50. So these are the three test data, three different test data that I would like to pass to the scenario, and I also want to validate. And please take a note here, whatever the parameter name that we have mentioned, they have to match exactly here, and then the corresponding values for each input or each parameter. So now let's go ahead and run this. So this remains the same. So we have configured feature, and then we have configured the step definition package. So when I run this now, Okay, something is wrong. Class. Okay, something went wrong. I have to. Okay, I've just given a build. Some reason my compiled classes are out. Okay, there you go. It built this project and then it also ran the test, but let's ignore this and we will go and run it by ourselves, so we will see the output. So let me clear this. Let me run this by myself. Okay, so now the test has been run and it validated the three scenarios. Basically, each scenario went through 3 steps. That's why it says 9 steps passed, and 3 scenarios. They are the these are the data for the scenarios. Basically, it executed the scenario for each set, and that's what now it has validated. And so this is how we pass the values dynamically, and we can also pass the multiple combination and we can validate. And so now in Cucumber there is a feature called a plugin, and if you want to see a detailed verbose on our console, there is a parameter we can pass. It's called plugin. And if I put pretty, so basically this is another option that we can pass. If I set value as pretty for the plugin option, so basically we will get the detailed console output. Let's go ahead and rerun this and see how it comes up. Okay, so now after we added the plugin of pretty, so what it did is it has given us a detailed output. So basically it invoked the calculator feature, and this is the scenario it executed, and these are the example data. So first it ran with 10, 20, and then it expected output 30, which was passed, and then 15, 5, 20, and then 20, 30, it expected 50, and also it passed. So that's why 3 condition passed. Let's say by mistake, instead of mentioning it as a 50, let's assume that instead of 50, I expected 60 there. Basically, that's not the expected output. So let's see what happens now. So when I run this, yeah, here you go. So 2 scenarios passed, and two test data for a scenario passed and 1 test data failed. So basically it was expecting 60, but what we got was 50 from our math class add function. So our expectation was wrong. Actually, we are supposed to expect 50 only. So 20 plus 30 should be 50. So now if I rerun it, it should work fine. So there you go. It worked like expected. So and also Cucumber provides us Cucumber has an inbuilt framework which will help us to generate the a report, and in order to generate the report we have to give some value in plugin option, and that should be something like this. So Cucumber has various reports that we can generate. I mean, when I say various reports, basically the type of report. So it could be HTML, XML, JSON, whichever you want to generate, whichever way we want to generate, we can generate by mentioning the corresponding plugin value. So here now I want to generate an HTML report. So in order to generate the HTML report, so I'm going to mention the path where it has to generate and the HTML report. So what I'm telling Cucumber is generate a HTML report for this test runner, and put that value inside the target folder. So basically when I run this, it is going to run the test scenarios, and also it is going to generate the HTML report and that report will be put in this target folder. So let me go ahead and run this. Okay, so now I have run. So if I refresh this, okay, so it created a HTML report folder like I have mentioned here, and inside this it has a set of values, and this is what I want to look into. So if I open that with a web browser, so this is the report that it has generated. Look here, Cucumber framework has a nicely generated HTML report based on the example data running through the scenarios. And so this is how we generate report in Cucumber, and this is an example for HTML. If you want to generate a report of different type, you have to mention the values correspondingly. So let me generate a target. Okay, so now along with HTML I want to generate a JSON report as well, and also I want that to be put inside the target folder. So let me go ahead and rerun this. Okay, it has run this. Let me refresh this. Okay, so now it has created a JSON report file as I have mentioned. So let me open it. If you open it, I should see the test scenarios and the corresponding output in a JSON format. So this is how we generate the reports using the Cucumber framework. And hope this video would have helped you to pass the example values to Cucumber features, and also this would have given you an introduction on how to generate report using Cucumber framework. And thank you very much for watching this video. Bye bye.